Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. This is a little different from my normal content, but let's get right into it. This is 100 days. We are going to be surviving in hardcore, and that means if we die for good. So, you guys know the rules. Let's get right into this video. And of course, that means please like and subscribe to boost this video. I really worked hard on this, so I really hope you guys appreciate this. And yeah, let's get into it. Honestly, clicking create a new world feels like I'm a child again. However, the looming fear of death quickly overcomes this feeling. As the world generates, I take in my surroundings, and like any other average Minecraft player, I decimate the local forests. After being a capitalist, I placed my first workbench and decided I needed to make a pickaxe. Surprisingly, I nearly instantly found iron and mined it, of course. After collecting more wood and furthering global warming, I found where I'd eventually make my forever home. It shall be named Snazzyland. Oh, I did end up hearing some sheep, and I decided the world wasn't big enough for the four of us, so I nicely gave them a one-day notice to get off this earth. Despite my sheep expulsion, I didn't have enough wool to make a bed, and I realized that this night would be a dangerous one. With quick thinking, I decided I'd use the string from spiders to create the last wool I needed for a bed, so I could skip this dangerous night. And there it was, on my first day, slaying creepers as Dream would want me to. Quite frankly, this was the most dangerous part of the run I'd gotten to yet. With the 4 string I needed, I beat a zombie, and I created my first bed. Ooh, was it comfy. And with that, day 1 was over. Now that the first day is over, we're gonna start going a little bit faster. After creating my bed, shelter was the next big step to take. Once all my logs and planks were set up, I was beginning to feel at home, but this house desperately needed windows. However, nighttime was approaching, and like that, day 2 was already over. All I did for day 3 was really just collect some wood and make some glass. And in an attempt to make my house seem cooler, I added stairs for the foundation. However, it ended up kind of looking trashy. On day 4, I placed my last piece of glass, and the foundation of the house was complete. However, every Minecraft home needs a roof to complete it. And unfortunately, my roof and house looked like trash. It looked like the house you would build and you would draw in first grade. So I decided to name my house the Temporary Poop House. That's how I felt about it. Anyways, in an effort to grow my economy and create god armor, I decided to lure some cows into their new forever home to become my slaves. I mean pets. With my cow farm out of the way, I decided it's time to find some diamonds, you know? For this, I mined down to Y12 and began to strip mine. During this time span, I found some lapis lazuli, and if you haven't heard, due to chunk loading, it's like an algorithm, there's a 70% chance that you will find diamonds nearby. And, you know, I followed the guide, and what do you know, boys? We rich! Just listen to the best sound you can ever hear in Minecraft. And on day 5, really quickly, my first diamond pickaxe was created. And that's when I thought to myself, oh man, I'm already on day 5. I could be in the nether really quickly. So I got a bucket, and got some obsidian, and on my way up to the surface, I realized we were going into day 6. After a great night's rest, I decided to 360 snipe a skeleton, and I decided I'd go into the nether. After placing each block carefully, I dimension hopped like Loki, I think. I don't know, I haven't really watched the show. Thankfully, I had an alright safe spawn, and from here on, my Empire Highway was under construction. On the night of day 6, I finally created my enchantment table, and I felt like a true wizard. Day 7 through 10 actually went by really quickly because I decided we're gonna build my actual house, not that poop temporary house. This house would be a lot more prettier, but what I needed was some wood, and it was time for deforestation. You know, gotta fit my capitalist needs. And on my way back from destroying my local forest, I saw a wandering traveler. So as the gentleman I am, I freed him and his llamas from their low salary jobs. Of course, after looking to see if any cops were nearby. And on day 10, I placed some more glass for my house, and I decided I'd kind of just take a look at what I had made after 10% of my 100 days playthrough. I'm already 10% of the way done, and it's only been 6 minutes in this video. I mean, hopefully, I don't want to keep you guys here for an hour, but just look at it. I mean, I'm really excited to see where this will go in the next 90 days. So, yeah, let's keep going. Anyways, still on day 10, I decided to continue my mining adventure down in the depths of Minecraft. AKA, I want to get rich. And after a while of mining, I found the holy grail of diamonds, an 8 vein. After marking the diamonds, I proceeded to run up to the surface, and I found out it was nighttime, and it was time to prepare for my Fortune 3 pickaxe. That is when I realized, though, I kinda needed some iron armor, since I could get, killed by anything at this point with, that low of armor. And I decided I would rather go find a cave than strip mine for it. And while I'm at it, I might as well just slaughter the local wildlife around me for profit. Yeah, even the cute ones don't get in the way of profit. While arriving at Snazzyland, a group of pillagers showed up again, and with my quick wits and epic gamer skills, I efficiently dispatched them. After finally arriving to my house, I ended up creating a basement chamber for my enchantment table. I always like to make it like, a cool chamber where it's like spooky or whatever, because it's just like wizard stuff. And these next 10 days, I just know we're going to be a lot less productive, because I kind of just have to wait for my cows and the sugarcane to grow. While waiting for my cows to breed and the sugarcane to grow, I continued to work on what is now my house. I think the progress is coming along pretty swimmingly. On day 15, I decided to continue working on my house, and I wanted a second story to my house because, why not? And decided the benefits of a cooler house far outweighed the consequences of ruining a habitat. Sorry, birds. And yeah, here's what it looks like when it's finished. Pretty cool. Then I spent days 15 to 20 working on enchantments purely so I could get that 8 vein mined. And after plenty of waiting, I was finally able to enchant, and let's see what it is. Oh, we got Fortune 3 on our first try. That is probably the most lucky I've gotten. The only better thing is if the pickaxe would get, Unbreaking 3 on it, but we'll see. After getting the necessary 30 levels, I took my pickaxe to the enchantment table, and I, enchanted it, and we got efficiency for it in Fortune 3, which is alright. We could have gotten Unbreaking, but that's still a really good pickaxe. And because I got this, upgrade, I decided, let's go mine that vein, and it turned out to be a 9 vein, not an 8 vein. What? I've actually never seen 9, so it's pretty crazy. I decided to just take a screenshot to commemorate that moment because it was so special. After that, I took the diamonds and decided to treat myself and ended up blinging it out with a new diamond chest piece. And that leads us to day 20. Only 1/5 of the way through our run, and we have so much to do. I decided that since I'm getting good tools, it is fine time to find some cheap labor, which means exploration. On my way to the village, I found an ocean temple, which, depending on the popularity of this series, may well become a huge project later on. Anyways, as soon as I got to the village, I realized I made a huge mistake. I'd forgotten that I had a pillager effect still intact, and it was level 3. I set up defenses and really tried to help this village, but without a bow, this Ravager was impossible to kill. I tried to run around at nighttime, killing skeletons just to get arrows, but it was barely enough, and as soon as I finished the wave, a new one started, and it wasn't worth it at that point. By the end of this mistake, it was already day 23. I went in search of a new village, and about 20 seconds into the search, I found a huge sand village with a portal nearby. So I decided, like any normal Minecraft player, that I would connect this portal to my home portal. This gave me the bright idea to start boating along a villager, and on day 24 I was able to lure one to the portal, but before I let him out I just took a sneak peek, and oh my god, I found a nether fortress right outside the portal. Like, I already found a ocean monument, and I already found a nether fortress. We are just so lucky today. Anyways, I proceeded to spend day 24 to 30 taking this village to my home. This adventure was extremely strenuous, almost using all of my 2 diamond pickaxes. After finally finding my portal, I decided it would be necessary to mine for rails. Getting gold would be a top priority. At the time, however, I noticed I had 31 levels and decided, I should just create a new pickaxe. And what do you know? I got a god pickaxe and then combined both of my old pickaxe and the new one to create an efficiency 5 one. After obtaining all of the necessary gold and iron, I crafted all the rails I needed and began construction on the Nether Railroad. And I will ask, I'm really sorry, if you could just please either hit that sub button or that like button if you already haven't. This video is taking me an incredible amount of extra time that I have in my days, and I would really appreciate the support. And with your support, you can directly affect the popularity of this video. So I really thank you guys if you just help me out a little bit. Anyways, after getting the newest villager to my house, I named him Jeff Bezos for his ability to rake in millions for me from now on. And with that, I have him trapped, and now it's time to get more villagers. But first I need to build them a pen. And however, I really do need some good armor, so for the next few days I'm probably just going to be mining at Y level 12. After mining for a while, I came across an underwater cave and spotted a pink axolotl. His name shall be William. After crafting a bucket, I swam up to him and spam clipped and captured my first pet. It had been nearly 2 days mining. I didn't want to show you guys any of it because it was quite boring, and I had acquired like 40 diamonds and stacks on stacks of iron, and then some gold on the side. By this time it was already day 32, and with my new loot and diamond armor that I created, I thought it'd be about time to start giving my villager in my house his new librarian job. However, I quickly learned, to my disappointment, that this new villager I had was a nitwit. And it was completely useless. I mean, it can't get a job. That's the point of the villager. The luck of me, the unluckiness of me picking him out is just crazy. So after a long travel and 4 days of passing, because I had to find the Nether portal again, I grabbed another villager and brought him to the home base. And this one actually gave me the best book in Minecraft, Mending. That's when it came to me that I needed an area for villagers to live. This one would be temporary though, it's just a box, because my plans for a real village center are huge. On days 36 to 40, I know, a huge amount of time, I transported another villager, because I just didn't want to, I wanted that nitwit to just be gone. So I got another villager, and I brought him to his new forever home with the other villager, and I made them have a baby. However, it took nearly a stack of bread to get that baby. That leads us to day 40, where I spent most of the day watching the children grow up. I plan on making one of them a Fletcher villager so I can just trade them sticks. By day 41, one of my villagers that I had grew up, and I was able to give him the Fletcher job in which I could trade him sticks. At some point, I'm gonna need to start infecting and curing these guys because these sticks are expensive. The forests are not, plentiful enough here. From days 41 to 46, I traveled around the Nether to gain levels, and I also started exploring the Nether fortress. While doing so, I was nearly murdered in seconds by these hyped up pigs, and it was the most terrifying thing ever. Just listen to this. During this stuff, I tried to go back and enchant my sword and armor, however, I was getting really bad luck on all of them. While at the Nether fortress, I decided to maybe collect some blaze rods so I could fight the Ender Dragon later on. I have some plans for an XP farm there. Crazily, I was fighting some wither skeletons, and on the third one I fought, I got a wither skull, which is a 2.5% chance without looting 3. On day 48, I found a spider spawner right above my strip mine and decided to make an XP farm out of it, even though it would be incredibly inefficient. The spawner took me about 2 days to complete, and then I AFK'd and farmed it for about 3 more days. On days 53 through 55, there was a horrible event in Snazzyland. When going up to the surface, I noticed there was some illagers, and simple-mindedly I decided to slaughter them. However, this was a huge mistake. What I didn't realize is my 3 villagers I had would proctor a raid, and I got the max level raid. This raid took me about 20 minutes to complete. I broke 2 bows, and it used all of the skill I could use. Did I mention that Ravengers are extremely OP and will kill your family without remorse? These beasts will hit you through walls and would not stop bothering me. However, the little ghosts from the wizards were even worse. By then, I'd already dwindled down their numbers enough, and with some more elbow grease, I eventually pushed the raid off, becoming the hero of my village. I obtained 4 totems of undying and some pretty sweet trades from the villagers. Sadly, days 55 through 60 are lost. For some reason, the video wouldn't load into Vegas. Really, what happened is I went to the nether, mined gold, traded, and got some more ender pearls. Right where the recording picks up on day 60, I begin to make my way towards the end portal. But while I was on the way, I realized that I kind of forgot to bring my bow, which is probably the most important thing you need for the ender dragon fight. So I started to kill some spiders, and I just crafted one. By the time I got to the portal, it was already about day 62, and I had to search through the labyrinth of these tunnels. After finding the portal, I took a deep breath of relief, realizing there's just enough pearls already in the portal. I looked into the portal in its deep void, and I took my leap of faith. Now, I knew this fight would be dangerous, but as soon as I came out of the ground, 3 or 4 endermen were already aggroed on me, and I had to defend myself against them. But after I killed them, I quickly was able to begin destroying the towers with my pinpoint accuracy bow aim. Don't look at me missing the shots. And then after destroying the last remaining tower, I began to damage the dragon. Slowly but surely, I dwindled her health down to half, and when I ran out of arrows, I started to smack her with my diamond sword. Now these parts were scary, because at any moment, I could become one with the sky and lose everything I built up to this point. However, after lots and lots of hits, she finally fell, and I became the victor. As I collected the XP from the dragon, I let off a huge sigh of relief, knowing that I'd quote-unquote beaten the game, and that from here on, I'm no longer just surviving. I can do and build whatever I want. There's nothing stopping me. Finally, I tried to take the egg, but it fell right into the end portal, so I guess we'd have to find it in the overworld. I decided, rather than heading home, I'd have to go get myself an elytra. Now, towering over the void has to be one of the scariest things to do in Minecraft. One wrong movement, and everything is gone. It took me a while, but I eventually found the end city. I got super lucky too. Usually on end cities, they have these like outlet towers, like arms, and if you have one of those, that means you have a 12% chance of getting a ship, and the more of them there are, the more likely there is to be a ship. And I got super lucky, and there was only one, but I got that 12% and I got the ship. After getting the elytra and being absolutely annoyed by shulkers, don't worry, I got about 3 boxes, I made my way home and collected the Ender Dragon head as my trophy. It is so funny to run with this in your hand, just look. After getting home, I knew I'd need Silk Touch for my pickaxe for future projects, and I decided that I'd just use all the levels I got getting it, and God, it took all of them. With my new elytra, I knew I'd need a creeper farm for the rockets, so on day 64, I just flew out and went and brought me some cats through the nether. When arriving home, I began construction on the farm, but somehow, I was looking through recording, 6 days had passed. I don't know if I went AFK or something, or like my recording stopped, but I don't know. When building this farm, there was like a 6-day thing, but it was now a day 70, and I was having a lot of trouble getting this farm to work. It took me from about day 70 to 76 to get this thing to actually work, and while I was AFK testing the farm, I decided to jump down and see its progress, and that's when I kind of stupidly killed myself and almost lost the world. After free falling to go fast, I activated my elytra too late and actually made one of my 4 totems proc. It really scared me. However, on day 76, I finally realized I had made the roof on my farm too big, and with some minor adjustments, I was able to finish the farm. From day 76 to 78, I just started collecting the materials I need to start my new Enderman farm. And this farm would be amazing because I'm really tired of running back and forth in the nether to get XP, and I'd finally have somewhere to just enchant my stuff. And so with all the materials gathered, I decided to begin the creation of my Enderman farm. However, I was not aware at the time that this farm would be the biggest waste of time my world has seen yet. First, while trying to get some stuff out of my shulker, I tried to pick it up, but didn't realize my inventory was full and it fell into the void, losing all of the small materials I needed for the build. I lost nearly a stack of iron and basically a stack of wool, which is carpet, so basically days 80 and 81 were spent exclusively gathering those materials. Then I began the farm construction, and from days 81 to 82 the farm was built. It looked magnificent, and I even named the Endermite Sherbert. Everything was awesome. I removed the torches and I forgot Enderman will pick up dirt. The entire farm was ruined and I had to spend another 2 days until day 84 cleaning the farm of all the dirt and all of the extra Enderman. I realized that I would need stone to create this farm, which means I would need to quickly get 25 stacks of it. So I intelligently decided that for a couple days I would farm wither skulls and fight the wither, which lasted me from days 84 to 86. Just look how lucky I was. I got these two like basically right after the other. On day 87 I fought and killed the wither. It was a very intense fight. After the fight, I repaired my armor because I found some diamonds on the way to the fight. Then I went and gathered some iron with my silk touch pick, and man, these caves looked awesome. Hopefully the 1.18 update looks even better. On day 89, I stacked up all of the iron and created my first beacon. However, on day 90, I realized that it wouldn't be able to produce the max power just yet, and that I would need about 81 more blocks. To finish my beacon, I traveled and collected a lot more iron on day 90 and 91. Later on day 91, I mined it all and started smelting it all down, and by day 92, I was already placing my beacon. After savoring the moment, I destroyed it all and began to transport the beacon to Y level 18. After cleaning an area for my beacon, I began to mine for stone, and oh my god, look at the speed on this thing. Safe to say any projects needing stone in the future are a-okay. With my new stone, I rebuilt the inn farm, and by day 94, I was done with it. Just look how clean this looks. After landing, I began to slaughter the Enderman, and eventually I leveled myself up to a very particularly funny number. It was now day 96, and in the overworld I really didn't have anything to do, so I decided to revisit the ocean monument from many days ago to see what it was like. While unfortunately I had one sponge room, it was still really fun, and I was home by day 98. On day 99, I mined like a chicken with its head cut off so I could get myself some cool armor and weapon enchantments before the end of these 100 days. For the first time in 100 days on this Minecraft Earth, I sat, took a breath, and watched the sunrise. It was crazy to see all the progress we made on this world. And while it doesn't look like much, I still know what's to come. Thank you everyone for watching. Please make sure you like and subscribe. It will really help this video and channel. But most importantly, take care of yourself. This was your SnazzyMonke. Bye.